Duckboat Dispatch, episode number 42. We are currently, last Friday, Tatum Return, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, today's Tuesday. We are 4 ATR, Josh. After Tatum returns, we have 4 days ATR. After Tatum returns.
Why are you treating him like he's literally Jesus Christ?
Basketball Jesus. Tatum returned on Friday.
Wait, what was it? JR? AR?
A after Tatum return, ATR. We are 4 days ATR, Josh. 4 days ATR. Josh is here, Tom here. Sara will be joining us shortly. She's coming back from the store, so we'll get into some Celtics talk before we get into the Patriots talk. Day 2 of NFL's legal tampering period is today. Yesterday, the Patriots had a rather quiet day. They only made 3 signings. They lost more than they gained yesterday. But so far today, the big move that happened within the last few hours is Romeo Doubs. Now, I've seen about 8 different possible contracts. It's around 4 years, $68 million is what I'm seeing, plus the guarantees.
I'm seeing anywhere from 70 to 80.
Yeah, so it's in that range. We'll get into the deal later when Sara gets here. Bruins had a very quiet trade deadline. They made very few moves. They stood pat, going to roll with the roster they have. I don't hate it. Maybe you'll see James Hagan come up towards the end of the season once BC's college hockey season is over. And then when it comes to the Red Sox, we're getting closer and closer to opening day. And currently, the World Baseball Classic is going on. And Roman Anthony is hitting absolute nukes in the World Baseball Classic. He hit one off the second deck yesterday. If we can get this version of Roman Anthony, the Red Sox it's going to be a great season for the Sox. But before we get into all of that, we usually set the tone with Sara.
I was going to say, what do we set the tone with today?
I think we just go straight into Tatum talk. It's like Tatum watch is over. He's back. He's played 2 games, game 3 tonight against the San Antonio Spurs, a potential finals preview, Josh. I just want to appreciate the moment that was with Tatum coming back 297 days after he ruptured his Achilles, tore his Achilles, whatever the hell the actual injury was. And he came back in, not record time, but he was way ahead of schedule. Nobody thought he was going to be back. Nobody thought the team would be where they are. So I really just want to appreciate the moment that was and that is with this current Celtics team, Josh.
I feel like we need to have a conversation with Sara about this.
But how much she needs to care more?
When we were texting in the group chat, Tom and I are like,
yuck or yum, bro.
Tom and I are having an absolute frenzy. We are I can't say that.
It's like 2 little schoolgirls, bro, just screaming back and forth at each other.
Yeah, imagine go back to early 2000s when every girl was in love with Justin Bieber and would fangirl over him. That's what me and Tom were doing during the game. Anytime Tatum did something, the 2 of us would text our group chat and just go off. But Sara was just like,
who cares?
Who cares? I'm like, bro, it's Jayson Tatum. Wave the flag. Flag.
He plays for our basketball team, and you're going crazy for a guy who plays in the Jacksonville Jaguars who's mediocre at best. What are we doing? I love Sara. She is the best of friends. So happy she is the most entertaining part of the show. But what are we doing? What are we doing? I get basketball's not your sport, but we're this is Boston. Basketball, Boston. Speaking of Sara, he is only 4 minutes late.
Oh my god!
Thank you. Right. Why were you talking about me?
Because we were talking about how you were yucking our yum when it came to Tatum's return. There is a crazy echo.
Yeah, Sara, do you have your AirPods in?
No. Ugh. I don't like it.
There's our tone setter.
Yeah. Sara's got some tone still.
Sara's back from the grocery store.
Oh, you're recording.
Yeah.
We're live.
Whoa.
We're
okay.
going.
Shit.
We're live.
It's a start without you.
Yeah, true. Well, I tried these, and I don't like sparkling water, so I'm just going to start by saying that. And then Xander and I decided to try them, and I don't like them.
I had a green juice today at work.
That actually sounds really good. Those are
It was. So it's super good for me.
Yeah.
Because my whole job got them for lunch, and it was kale, spinach, apple, and ginger.
Ooh, that actually sounds really good.
It was really refreshing, but like the taste of ginger has now been in my mouth for like 8 hours and I can't get it out.
See, I love ginger, and actually, the reason we got it this one is because it has ginger extract in it.
Mm.
So I love ginger. Next time, maybe add like lemon or something. Like,
Well, I can't add anything. It's like you order it. I don't know. I mean, I've never gone in person. One of our guys always picks it up, so I've never like customized it.
well, if you go in person, then just customize it. Also, I
Oh,
have a tone setter.
That's okay. We were in the middle of it. I was more just gushing over Jayson Tatum and appreciating the moment that was with his return. And he didn't start like he didn't start fast. He started off, I think it was 0 for
no,
6
the
or something
first half was
stupid like that.
terrible. The
Yeah.
first half was terrible.
Besides the last 2 minutes, he had that putback dunk, and right away he comes down gingerly on the leg. He's still starting to trust his leg again, which is more of, I think it's more mental than it is physical with his actual like coming back to play, where he just has to again start to trust that leg. He comes off gingerly off of one or two, like landing on that right leg. He's careful with it, which is like what you expect coming back from an Achilles injury, being out 297 days. Like you expect that coming back from that. But then he hit that step back thing in the corner, and he was back, Josh. Like he was all the way back. My mom was starting to chirp him in the living room upstairs. He hits that put back dunk. The crowd goes nuts, and it was just one of those moments where you knew, it just must have been so special to be there at the Garden. Like you knew the roof was going to come off that place when Tatum finally scored. He gets the put back dunk. He gets the step back three going into half, and it's just all Celtics for the rest of the game. And I think the big thing I noticed with him being back, I don't want to say the ball movement was bad when he wasn't there, but the ball movement goes to a next level when Tatum's there because he's willing to swing the rock, pass up a good shot for a great shot, and he is. Like, I love Jaylen Brown, but Tatum is so much better in the pick and roll than Jaylen Brown, Josh. You can't compare it. You really can't compare it. Tatum's ability to get around the defender, grab him, and then make the right move, whether it's to dump it off, throw up a little floater, or take the sidestep mid range too. Like he is just better in the pick and roll game, and I think Nemi's gonna dominate in the pick and roll game, and then I think you're gonna see Derek White.
Who's Nemi?
Nemi Cater, bro. Nemi. That's what
Nemi?
his friends call him. That's what his friends call him.
Okay. I was like,
Nemus
who's
Cater, Nemi. That's what his friends call him. Like you're gonna see P. Pritch, he's gonna be fine because he's coming off the second unit. Derek White's gonna get a boost because he's gonna have to create less of his own shots because he'll have the benefit of playing alongside Brown and Tatum again. So like all things are trending up for the Boston Celtics, Josh.
I will agree with you. So I'm going to go back to the very first thing you said, which was the mental aspect. I don't think it was ever going to be a physical challenge for Tatum to really come back, considering how eager he was, and considering how old is he? 20.
He's 19.
Yeah, he's 19.
He's 27.
So a 19-year-old whose body is extremely very healthy, and if you're going to have an Achilles tear, I feel like you're 20.
He's 28.
28.
Okay. I feel like if you're
He just turned 28. His birthday was the 6th. No,
Okay.
it was the 5th.
Okay, so he tore it when he was 27. So if you're going to tear an Achilles, not that, you would ever want to tear an Achilles, but I feel like your 20s would be a good age to have it because that's kind of where I feel like your body
The 3rd of
is.
March. His birthday,
Like your 20s and early 30s, I feel like is when your body's at like its prime with peak athleticism. So I don't ever think it's really going to be an issue for Tatum to come back physically. But the PTSD aspect of when it did tear does kind of linger in the back of your head because, you go back to when Tatum actually tore it. It was a bad pass to Jaylen Brown. OG Anunoby tips it away, so Tatum tries to extend out to steal the ball, and he just ends up hyperextending his entire leg, trying to push off the back foot, and ends up tearing the Achilles. And so it's kind of always like, it's always going to be in the back of your mind, like whenever he boosts off that back leg again, or whether he takes a jump shot or lands on it from the dunk, there's going to continuously be that mental PTSD of, God, what if it tears again? Maybe I should do a soft landing, but then if you do a soft landing, your impact on the court might not be as good as it used to be. So I think it's purely a mental aspect of Tatum having these slower starts, and I think we're gonna still continue to see that for a bit. But I don't know, the way Jayson Tatum has been treating this, letting it not stop him, I don't think will be like a whole career-long thing. Could it last to the end of the playoffs? Sure, maybe, but I don't think it's a forever thing.
Yeah, I would imagine for the rest of the season, it's something that's kind of lingering in the back. And I think by the
Yeah.
time the playoffs roll
It's
around, he'll be back in basketball shape.
it's gonna be one of the bigger questions, especially when it does come playoff time. I guarantee you, people will be like, "Oh, well, the Achilles tear is like affecting his play." I don't think the Achilles tear is affecting his play. I think he's affecting his own play simply because of that mental PTSD that he's been given and cursed on with when he originally tore it.
Yeah, and it's not like he has to come back and be Superman at the start because Brown is putting up an MVP
Exactly.
candidacy this year. So he's not gonna have to feel. And again, we don't know Tatum. We're not in the mind of Jayson Tatum, but he shouldn't have to feel like he needs to go out there and be superstar Jayson Tatum every single night when he has, his bet. I don't want to say his best friend, but the guy he's been playing with his entire career, and Jaylen Brown, who's proven he can carry the team. He can be the superstar on any given night. The 1A, the 1B, Tatum and Brown, the best duo in the league. So he can rely on Brown in big moments to kind of be that guy and still, I don't want to say be a spot up shooter, but pick and choose his moments when he's feeling like, okay, this is when I attack. The situation's in my best favor and not force as much as Tatum tends to force with his, pull up mid east, his step back, tween, step back, side step three. So I
Yeah.
think that isn't a benefit for Tatum where he's coming back in a team that is firmly planted in the 2 seed, making a push for the 1 seed in the East, and everything's trending upwards. They have a really good role, like collection of young or rookie role players in Shireman, Walsh, Ugo Gonzalez, who is sneaky one of my
Shiloman.
favorite. Who?
Shiloman.
Shireman.
Did you not see Shaq's clip on how
Yeah, because Shaq is
you didn't know
Shaq
who
is hilarious, but
Shireman
like
was?
objectively bad for like the NBA game because he's such a hater to the modern game. It kind of irritates me. Like
Bailiff
Shaq is one of
Shiloh.
those guys who never he doesn't want to move the game forward in any sense. Like Charles Barkley is funny, he likes to pick on the players, but you can tell he generally wants to like see the game move forward and like acknowledges that it's moved past him in a sense, and these guys are better than he some of these guys are better than he ever was. Shaq is the opposite, where like he wants to kind of gatekeep his play, like his career in a sense, like he's protecting his legacy, and he's not always willing to like move the game forward, which bothers me from like a very niche and like broadcasting specific style of Shaquille O'Neal. Like obviously he's one of the top 10 greatest players of all time. He's Big Diesel, Dr. O'Neal. Like he's great, but it's also like, dude, we get it. You think you're all that. If you kept yourself in shape, you could have been the greatest of all time. Or if you learned how to shoot free throws, you probably would have been the greatest scorer in NBA history.
I really
I
think you
digress though.
I was gonna say, I don't really think you can complain about Shaq. He's what, a top 10 player of all time.
No, it's just like the way he like the way he talks about the game kind of bothers me. But getting back to the Celtics, like they have a good role, like core group of young players. Kata's having a great year again. I think he's only going to get better as Tatum gets better because his life will be easier in the pick and roll.
I would even say I think Keita is the X factor of the playoffs, in my opinion.
So
Um,
you bring up playoffs. How far do you see this team going? Because the goalpost has
Finals.
shifted, just like the Patriots. The goalpost has shifted like all the way with the Patriots. Like the expectations are sky high for me right now.
Finals, and it's been finals ever since this team has completely blown away my expectations, which was, a little over a third of the season. Even I said this even before, the Tatum injury was the big hot topic. I always thought, with or without Tatum, this team is still a competitive team that is trying to compete, and they are competing, and they will go to the finals. That is my prediction, with or without Tatum. With Tatum, obviously, now it's even better. Now your odds are stacked among you. But with or without him, I believe the Celtics are going to the playoffs, finals.
So without Tatum, I would have said Eastern Conference Finals is like the expectation. I don't know if you make it there. But now that Tatum's back and if he's playing at this is the beginning level that we're seeing Tatum at. Only imagine him in a month and a half, 2 months. Like finals should be the expectation. They shouldn't lose to the Knicks. They shouldn't lose to the Pistons. I'm not afraid of the Cavs. Like James Harden, they've beaten James Harden multiple times in the playoffs. He's a playoff faller. Like I'm not worried about James Harden in the slightest. And like the Hornets, they play him tough and they beat him like one of the worst losses the Celtics have ever had at the Garden in their history. But like I'm not worried about the Charlotte Hornets. Like LaMelo Ball, Con Knipple, like
Knipple.
Knipple. Funny last name. What is it? Is it Miles Bridges?
Miles Bridges.
Is it that the Bridges? You got Miles Bridges.
You got
like,
Miles. You have Miles Bridges on the Hornets, and then you have Mikal Bridges on Knicks.
Okay, I always get them mixed up, and they're not related, which is like the creepy thing. But I digress. So yeah, I think finals is a serious expectation for this playoff team and this for the Celtics team, excuse me, and just what a time to be a Boston Celtics fan. And I know, Sarah, you don't care. You're not a basketball girly whatsoever. It's okay. But just I think even you can appreciate that. Back in June or late May, early June when Tatum tore his Achilles, like the outlook for this team was dire. It was gap year, rebuilding. Who knows when they'll be back? And in 10 months' time, like the entire fortitude and the entire fortune and future of this team has completely 180 back to where it was 10 months ago before Tatum took that one step where he tore his Achilles. Like I think even you can appreciate how drastic of a change it has been.
I can. I mean, just because I'm not a basketball fan doesn't mean I don't appreciate greatness. Like
Tatum is greatness.
Something like that, like that's impressive. That's really cool. Yes, Josh.
I just want.
She said Tatum's great. That's all I needed to hear because he is great, and we should appreciate Tatum.
Clip that. Clip it. Clip it.
Clip it. Chat, clip it.
I can appreciate greatness. I didn't say Tatum was great. I just said.
You're talking about the turnaround and the return and the effort Tatum put in to be back is greatness.
Whoa, take that back.
I'm saying the recovery was something great. Like only a natural born athlete can do that.
Yeah, it was.
But like I'm definitely a bandwagon. Like if I'm a fan of all Boston sports, but like I do not care at all about Red Sox. I really don't mind. Like I don't.
World Baseball Classic is on.
I literally don't care. Don't care too much about basketball. I will watch hockey, and obviously I love football. But like I'm a bandwagon for the playoffs. So like if a Boston team's in the playoffs, I'll watch. Except the Red Sox. I will never watch a baseball game.
Playoff baseball's great.
No,
Playoff baseball is fun.
So
any playoff is fun. Can we say that? Like we always say like this certain playoff is fun, but all playoffs are fun. Name me one bad playoff.
Baseball.
Baseball's great. Baseball playoffs are great.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit on my couch and watch 9 innings and then for the chance of it going extra innings.
But then it gets to extra innings and it's like,
ooh. I'm just like, I don't.
But then last year you had first round, you had Yankees Red Sox. Even though the Red Sox lost, that was such a great miniseries.
No.
Like Dodgers Blue Jays World Series was like that series was cinema. And that Game 7 was one of the greatest sports games of all time. Like Yamamoto coming into the end of that game to close it out was disgusting. Like it was like he's got baby face and he comes out there and he closes the game out after Shohei starts the game. It was peak baseball. It was cinema, which is annoying because the Dodgers are probably going to win it all again this year because they spend an absurd amount of money. But that's a good transition because speaking of money, the NFL legal tampering period started yesterday. We're going to switch over to football and make Sarah very happy.
I thought you were talking baseball. I just got so upset.
No, because we could sit here and talk about Tatum and the Celtics all day long, and I don't even want to. I will not. We are not doing any of the Tatum and Brown. Will they coexist? Because I don't believe in that, and I know this isn't my show, but collectively as a whole, I refuse to put that into the universe. I refuse for that nonsense to go into the ether of the universe and just like exist out there because I don't believe it. I think it's a bunch of hoopla. I don't even know why people are speaking it into existence, trying to break these two up, especially if you are a Boston Celtics fan. Like, yeah, there's a difference between being analytical and looking at it and say, hey, like it might be tough for these two guys to coexist. Maybe there might be an issue there, but wishing it upon them is pissing me off.
You do realize you're talking about it, right?
Yeah, I know. We're going to get to it. I promise, Sarah. Like, it's just, that's why. So if someone was coming here to look and they're looking for are we going to talk about won't they coexist? They played together for 7 years. I'm not talking about that.
Also, they're just pulling at strings. Like, they just want something to gossip about. That's it.
Exactly. And, like, I get it. Jaylen Brown gives them a little bit of material. I understand it. But I also think Jaylen Brown, the type of human he is, he's openly talked about multiple times how he's sacrificed his personal accolades for the team. Like, if he really had a problem with Tatum coming back, he would be a lot less sneak dissy about it.
Yeah. But also,
that's all I have to say about that.
That's what makes Brown a great athlete and a respectful athlete.
Yeah.
Like, that's a material girl.
I am.
But yeah, Tatum and Brown forever in my heart. Don't ever break them up. Send 7-0 to the rafters in 10 years when they both retire
Like
after
Gronk
winning
and
multiple
Brady.
championships. Hmm?
It's like Gronk and Brady, except Gronk
It's
and
just
Brady are
it's
better.
really tough to compare that because it's like it's more like having a Jamar Chase and a T Higgins is I think the better like football analogy.
Got it.
I
Okay.
think is the better because like the ball can only go to one of them at a time. Like at the end of the day, Tom Brady always has the ball in his hands, and he's got to choose. Like T Higgins could probably be a wide receiver one on another team. Like it'd be great if he came to the Patriots because like I'm not loving the receiver room. It's not going to happen. Like it would have been great. It would have been great last year, but I think he also recognizes he benefits and has a better chance of winning alongside Jamar Chase. Like I think that would be the best analogy over like Brady and Gronk or like Jules and Welker, like guys who play the same position. I think to keep it that sense. But let's get over to football because the Patriots have made four, as of right now. I haven't checked Twitter in a while, but as of what is it, 5 o'clock? 5 o'clock on Tuesday, March 10th. They've made four free agent signings, and I wrote them all down because I was not going to remember the fullback's name whatsoever. So they signed, most recently, they signed Romeo Dobbs to a 4-year, 68, $70 million deal. Sarah, is this breaking news to you?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Romeo Dobbs, wide receiver on the Green Bay Packers. They signed him. I'm going to butcher the name. Is it Draymond or Dramont Jones?
Raymond Jones.
Draymond.
Draymond Jones, he's an edge rusher. He was on the Titans and he was on the Ravens last year. 3-year, $39 million deal. They signed Reggie Gilman, a fullback from Buffalo. 3 years, $12 million.
Reggie Gilliam.
Gilliam? Okay, well, it
Gilliam.
auto-corrected on my Google Docs. And then Elijah Vera Tucker, an offensive lineman from the New York Jets. Those are the four moves they've made so far.
Wait,
Just those four moves.
Yes.
did you hear that?
No.
Xander's sitting next to me because we picked someone up from the fucking Jets.
So yes, but that is probably my favorite. That is either that or Jones is my favorite move so far, and we'll get into that. But like objectively,
Yeah.
how do you feel about
Receiver from the fucking Jets. He's a defensive player. What is he?
Elijah Vera Tucker? Is an offensive lineman from the
Yeah.
Jets.
He's a lineman.
He 3-year, $42 million. So like he is a high risk, high reward signing. He's good if he can stay healthy, but he struggles to stay on the field. It's like his issue. So that'll be the interesting thing with him.
So we got rid of Tonga for that.
Tonga plays a completely different position.
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm just butthurt that we got rid
From an on paper perspective, yes.
Like, yeah, contract wise, I guess you could. Although I think Tonga is making
Oh,
21 mil.
But why would we get rid of him?
I mean, I think it would just come down to they weren't going to pay him the money that. I mean, the contract was there, and then it fell apart at like the goal line, and then he got more money, and they weren't going to match that contract. But like, how are you feeling so far after 36 hours? A little bit more than 36 hours of like legal tampering. How do you feel what the Patriots have done so far?
It's very bittersweet to me.
I'm heartbroken.
I like the Draymond Jones signing. I'm not blown away by it. There's one signing that's really sticking out to me. Not as a like it's the best move, but the Romeo Dobbs signing is sticking out to me because it obviously brings up, and we can get into this question after. It brings up the question of whether or not the Patriots are still in on AJ Brown or not. That's kind of where my head is at right now. But if we're talking about the actual signings, Vera Tucker, I like. I would go with Draymond Jones. Has been my favorite one so far. I do think I like the commitment that they're going with trying to upgrade the edge rush position. That kind of tells me that maybe they're swaying for someone else to come within the draft. But I kind of like how they're addressing their issues. If you notice with all these signings, the edge rush, the O-line, and the wide receiver are probably your top three issues. I feel like coming out of the season. And so the fact that you're at least attempting to go out and try to upgrade or fill in missing spots in those positions, it does give me some hope. But yet again, I'm not completely blown away by them, so I can't really look back on this and say like, oh wow, the Patriots had a fantastic first 2 days of illegal tampering. But I do kind of see their perspective where they're going. But I don't know if you have to look at what they lost to. What they lost Diggs, Diggs,
I don't know
Tonga.
if Diggs is officially cut, but yeah, Diggs. Let's just
Diggs
assume
is
Diggs.
going to
I'm pretty
be
sure he's cut.
It was already.
Diggs, Tonga, Bradbury, Hawkins, and I've seen reports of Chason, but I don't think Chason's gone.
No, I haven't seen anything on Chason. But if you look at the guys we have,
Dismantling my team.
happens every season.
I know, but I never like it. Also, I just need to get this off my chest. I'm so mad at the Jags right now.
Why they lost Travis Etienne?
Sneaky good move by the Saints too.
Oh God, bro, with an aging Alvin Kamara, like, damn.
I like it. Like Tyler Shuck,
Shut up.
Chris Olave. Like I low-key don't just like Kellen Moore's a great host, a great head coach, a great OC.
No.
Saints gonna make
No. Stop talking.
Like to win that division.
Honestly, with how weak the NFC South is, I don't
Way
know.
too early prediction. Saints win the division. Should we pencil it in?
The Panthers made it with a negative record.
And Mike Evans left the Bucs.
Tyler Shaw almost won Offensive Player of the Year. Rookie Offensive Player.
I'm so sad right now. It's not even.
Give me the Saints, baby.
I mean, what is it? The Falcons, Bucs, and Panthers. Like the Falcons are falling apart at the seams right now.
The Bucs,
Too. Don't you worry.
They're paying so
Bucs
much money to
lost Mike
quarterbacks.
Evans.
They're paying a ridiculous amount of money to quarterbacks.
Yeah, let me.
For
A 5-time. What is it? Concussion protocol winner. Tua.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
Kirk Cousins is making like
Tua Tagovailoa.
Kirk Cousins is making like $180 million, and he's not even gonna he's not gonna sniff the field unless Tua gets injured. I don't know what Tua is making, but Tua goes there, and then Michael Penis tore his ACL.
Penis. He doesn't call him Penis. He calls him Michael Penis.
Well, it's Penix, but Michael Penix.
Penix.
It's funny to say Penis Jr.
But
yeah, so like
they broke apart.
NFC South's a whack division.
The Bucs lost Mike Evans.
Yeah.
And speaking of quarterbacks, the Jets traded for Geno Smith, so Geno's back in the division, guys. We get to see him twice a year on the Jets. It's been a wild free agency. It has been free agency is always wild. It's just crazy to see the way people move. But locating, dialing back on the Patriots. I was disappointed yesterday, but I think overnight they signed the offensive lineman, which I like, because that can be your new left guard. Because then you can go Campbell, Vera Tucker, Wilson can play center, and then you have the right side of your line stay the same. So I don't hate that. And then I think it's Ben Brown's like your backup center or your backup guard. It's kind of like, and then you just get another depth piece or two in the draft. I don't hate the construction of the offensive line as of right now. Could obviously still be upgraded, but time will tell. And then Vermont Jones, I like, you bring in an edge rusher. They needed to get pressure on the quarterback, I think. I've like Christian Barmore. I don't know if he'll be back. His court case was officially dropped, so we'll see what goes on with Christian Barmore. If he's easier to deal now, if they're looking to deal Barmore to keep him around. But if you have Jones and Chason as your edge rushers, I like that from what we saw with Chason. Again, I've just seen so many mixed reports. Like I don't even know what the hell's going on with him, and I've been trying to find out. I just gave up trying. So we'll see what happens there. The fullback signing, I don't get. Like genuinely, like we're signing a fullback. That's like a position that's pretty much extinct in the NFL. So I don't, but maybe it's to bring in on downs where you want Stevenson to get a breather. You want to pass the ball and you don't trust Henderson to pass block. Like maybe he's there for that. Same way that Matt Collins is there for like, he fills a very specific niche on the team as an oversized wide receiver who can kind of like become a matchup nightmare in a sense, but he's a good, blocking wide receiver because he's big. Like Gilliam. You sure about that?
Reggie Gilliams.
Yeah, maybe Reggie can fill that kind of niche role in that sense, where he's there for, like, he's got a very specific niche that he's there to fill out. But Romeo Doubs is obviously, like you said, Josh, that's the most interesting signing, hands down.
I thought you were going to continue going. No, to me, it brings up the question of whether or not AJ Brown is still on the table for the Patriots. It does depend if you want to pay him that much money. For me, though, I'm not completely out on AJ Brown yet. Just because, and I think I'm 50-50 on it. One, I'm out on it because I don't know if Mike Vrabel really wants to trade away the draft capital for AJ Brown. I think he would much rather have the younger team, in my opinion, considering what he said in the offseason. We want younger and cheaper guys. But then again, looking back on where you were just in the Super Bowl. If you have the opportunity to go get AJ Brown and you give up a first and a second, a first and a third for AJ Brown, and that your wide receiver room now turns into AJ Brown at the 1, Romeo Doubs at the 2, and then what? Kayshon Boutte at the 3, Demario Douglas at the 3. That is a filthy, filthy wide receiver room now. You just turned an abysmal wide receiver room into an absolutely filthy wide receiver room, in my opinion. So I think the idea of that, and maybe I'm chasing something that isn't real. Maybe I'm just chasing a fantasy with this. But I think if you really do want to commit to where you just were, it brings up a question of, do you want to win now or do you want to build up to the future with AJ Brown? That's the question it brings up to me. If you want to win now, you go and get AJ Brown. Go and get him now with the first and the third. I don't care. But if you do want to build for the future, you then, you keep that first rounder, you keep that third rounder, you stay where you are, and you just work with Romeo Doubs, continue developing with Drake May. It really just does depend on which direction Mike Vrabel wants to go to. Because again, you're not going to really have a repeat of last season, in my opinion. The schedule is harder. You lost Stephon Diggs. So I still don't think there's a clear-cut wide receiver 1. And so it depends. Do you want to go down the road of building this new team and developing Drake May? Or are you so satisfied and so confident where you just were that you're just going to say, F it. We're steering the ship in a completely different direction now. We're going to go all in for next year, and you go get AJ Brown and you make that wide receiver room absolutely disgusting.
So I think it comes down to, about Sarah had something she wanted to say. I saw you put your hand up.
Yeah.
All right. Comes back to
not Matt Collins.
Matt Collins isn't going to be the wide receiver 1.
But you could list him.
So I think you bring up an interesting point, Josh, and it's how the organization, what's what I'm looking for, how they view the roster, how they evaluate the roster.
It's how they view this team and how they view Vrabel and May.
Do they look at their roster last season and say, we were one piece away from winning a Super Bowl? Which I think is really hard to argue with the way they lost the Super Bowl, but you're in the dance, so maybe that's how they evaluate the roster.
They were one piece away from winning.
I would lean and say they were more than just one piece away. I would say
they were only one guy in the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Really? I would say they were probably 6 guys short.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying you were only one guy in the Super Bowl, that guy being Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah.
So I think the way it depends on how they evaluate the roster.
Christian Gonzalez is in contract, right?
He's under contract, but they're going to negotiate a contract with him. He's going to make a bag because Trent McDuffie just reset the cornerback market, so then Christian Gonzalez is going to have to reset that. He could wait for Devin Witherspoon to sign a massive deal, and then he could make even more money. So that's going to be fun to see if Kraft decides he wants to pay, because then he'll have to pay Christian Gonzalez, and then he'll have to pay Drake May, and Drake May could make $60 million a year. Just stupid amount of money. But you pay him. You pay them.
In career.
Yeah, we all chose the wrong career.
No,
sadly,
you'd get killed in football.
Yeah, but I'm also 5'10" and $150, so I think I don't have a chance in football.
You could be a kicker.
Anyways, I could be a kicker. I could be a punter. Hey, what is it? The Chargers just signed a punter for $12 million, so it could be worse. Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad about $12 million as a punter.
No, I mean, I would pay the Seahawks punter $20 million at this point. After watching that guy in the Super Bowl.
$30 million.
I don't know, man. I would have given that guy the Super Bowl MVP.
On God.
Yeah.
Getting back to it's how the Patriots view their roster and how they evaluate it and how far they believe they are away from they believe they are from a Super Bowl. I think AJ Brown, if you add AJ Brown to this current roster as it's currently constructed, does that push them over the hump? I think they're still a guy or two short. I think you need to find a way to bring more pressure to the quarterback. I like what they've done so far, but I think if you can try to supplement that with another piece or two, that'd be great. And the offensive line is still a very big question. What if Vera Tucker doesn't work out? Who's your left guard? What if Will Campbell doesn't work out? Then you need a left tackle. So I think you need just overall depth on the roster. At almost every single defensive position in the secondary, you need depth.
True.
So I think it really comes down to how they view the current roster and will AJ Brown, will he bring them closer to a championship? Yes. Does he bring you that championship? I don't know if he does, but I am all in on AJ Brown. It's still AJ Brown or bust for me, Josh.
Yeah. He's not off the table for me. I don't think he guarantees the championship. He obviously helps you, but if we, let's assume we don't get him. Let's have zero expectations. Let's set the bar extremely low so that we don't get our hopes up. I do alone like the Romeo Dobbs signing because I think he has a very similar play style to Stephon Diggs. I see him more of a chain mover than kind of a big time play. The big question with Alec Pierce was, he's a kind of more of a big time player, and a lot of people didn't want that because he had Kayshon Boutte who can do that. So it's kind of a, two of the same sides on a magnet. They're nice, but they don't really attract each other.
Yeah.
But if you have a chain mover and a big guy who can go downfield, well, then you have some more versatility on that. So I think if it's just Romeo Dobbs, I like it. I don't love it.
If Romeo Dobbs is the last addition to the wide receiver room, are they better than the last year?
No.
No.
They're the same.
No.
I think it really comes down to 33-year-old Stephon Diggs, 26-year-old Romeo Dobbs.
Well,
I think you can take this the slight there.
He's a little younger, but if you look at it, I would have preferred to sign Diggs for longer.
Yeah.
Bring something new.
I don't think the gap is massive between the two, but I do kind of give Stephon Diggs the edge on it a little bit. But again, I like the Romeo Dobbs. I don't love it.
Yeah, with somebody else, it's great.
Yeah. Again, if you go out and get AJ Brown, your three wide receivers are then Brown at the 1, Dobbs at the 2, and Pop Douglas and or Kayshon Boutte at the 3, which I think is absolutely disgusting.
You're forgetting someone.
Matt
We're
Collins
talking about top 3 wide
receiver 3.
I was 4.
I think it comes down, and then speaking of AJ Brown, so the trade talks have stalled out. There were moments last week where, pulling the Schefter, anyone, Rappaport, whatever guy you want to pick, it was pretty much they were on the doorstep of a trade being done. It's just the Patriots didn't want to give up a 1 and a 2 for AJ Brown. They were looking to do maybe 1, 3 and a player, and the Eagles want to find a way to get they're financially motivated to move AJ Brown after June 1st because there'll be a smaller cap hit for them. So in order to take that cap hit, they're going to want more in return. So maybe this is something that the Pats can kind of call the Eagles bluff and say, hey, you're not going to get that deal that you're looking for AJ Brown. We'll wait. We'll go sign other guys. We'll go get Romeo Dobbs. We'll go investigate and see what the Jags want for Brian Thomas Jr., although it's being reported that they're not shopping BTJ anymore, or they never really were. Or we'll go see if Drake London is available from the Atlanta Falcons, or we'll go check the temperature on George Pickens, who I don't think the Patriots have any shot in hell at getting. So maybe they're going to play that game with the Eagles where it's, okay, you want to play chicken, let's play chicken here. We can play chicken all the way to June 1st, and then June 1st, if AJ Brown's still on your team and we didn't get anybody else, we can reconvene and have this trade talk and we can hash things out once and for all, and all parties can be happy because AJ Brown doesn't want to be there, I don't think. I don't think the Eagles want AJ Brown there anymore, and I think the Patriots really want AJ Brown, and I think Mike Vrabel really wants AJ Brown. So I think it just makes too much sense, and maybe this is just the fan in me and not, the analytical guy looking at both sides of this and saying, but it just makes too much sense. And maybe I'm just talking in circles around it to make myself believe that it's going to happen. But it's just, they've put pretty much all their eggs in this basket, I feel, of AJ Brown. And I just don't think Vrabel's looking at the wide receiver room and same with Josh McDaniels and Elliott Wolf and saying, okay, we lose Stephon Diggs, we bring in Romeo Dobbs, we have gotten better. If they have gotten better, it's a minuscule improvement. And if they've gotten worse, it's a minuscule 1%. It's a minuscule decrease in talent at the wide receiver room. So overall, I still believe AJ Brown is very much in play. It might just be a while. So bunker down, Patriots fans. Get in the trenches, put the hat on, the helmet on, get the snacks. It's going to be a long one. It's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's going to be a long wait on AJ Brown. But I think ultimately they're playing this game of chicken, and the Patriots have garnered some leverage back with this Romeo Dobbs move, which is the best thing they could have done. Because as of yesterday, they had no leverage. Literally all of the top wide receiver free agents were gone after yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't want to play the long game. Just fucking sign it.
Well, they have to trade
They
for him is
have
the
to
thing.
trade
So
for
it's
him.
not
Yeah.
like up to them.
Eagles.
It's not up to them in a sense. Like both parties have to
Can't
agree.
they reach out and be like, "Hey, we're interested in AJ Brown. What would you like for him?"
But
Yeah,
then
and they said we
play
want
that
one of the
game,
two. The
go out to
Patriots
them
will
too
give you
early.
one of the three.
Huh?
Yeah, if you go to the Eagles too early right now, they're gonna have a high asking price. Considering that Max Crosby also just went for what, 2 first-round
Two
picks?
first. What's really screwing them over is the DJ Moore trade. DJ
Yeah.
Moore went for way more than he was worth.
Yeah, so if you're the Patriots and you go call up the Eagles right now, most likely you're gonna get demanded a first and a second. Would be my guess. Would be
That's what they're
asking
looking
price
for.
of the Eagles. But
And
if you
I think they want next year's first too. They don't want this
yeah,
year's first.
if you play the long game and wait for it, then you kind of go and see other options. And now you're kind of, if you're the Eagles, you are now holding on to this lingering of, all right, we got to get rid of this guy. That value then becomes lower as time goes on. So you may just end up forcing a trade because, you look at the Patriots and the Patriots aren't completely, if the Patriots aren't completely in on AJ Brown, the Eagles will lower the price. But if you expose yourself and say, yes, we are all in on AJ Brown, then they will jack that price to you and try to rob you of however much they can get out of you. So you have to kind of you have to hide your cards a little bit. You have to hide your cards and not say that you are completely in on AJ Brown. You kind of have to be like, oh, well, we don't really want him. It's kind of like I don't know.
Playing poker. You got to call their bluff.
Playing hard to get, like you're a high school girl. Oh, I'm interested in you. Oh, well, I don't really want you, but like if you keep chasing me, I'm gonna come your way.
It's honestly a good analogy. I was thinking like if they're playing poker, they're trying to call the Eagles bluff.
Of course, you're
And
thinking of gambling.
I mean that's how I would look at like they're literally like they're sitting across the table right now. Like neither team has a great hand. Like legitimately, neither team has a great hand. AJ Brown doesn't want to be there. The Eagles kind of make it pretty clear they don't want AJ Brown there. And the Patriots need an upgrade in the wide receiver room. Like, it makes sense for both parties. Like, neither team has all the leverage. The Patriots had zero leverage as of last night, but they've regained some back with this Dobbs signing.
Why does that have to be so difficult? AJ Brown doesn't want to be there. You don't want him there. Send him to the goddamn Patriots. We want him.
But they don't want to lose with, like, Harry Roseman is probably one of the best GMs in football, if not the best GM in football. Like, he doesn't lose trades, so he's going to be...
They don't want to lose anything from him.
Yeah. And...
like...
why wouldn't they want next year's first-round pick? The first-round pick next year could only be worse if the Patriots win the Super Bowl. Like, it makes sense for them to want next year's first and a second-round pick. Because they're essentially getting a second-round pick with this year's first. It makes sense, but only time will tell with A.J. Brown, and it's going to be a long one, I believe, so hold in there. Patriots still have a ton of cap space in the NFL. The cap is really just, it is so... It's not like hockey where there's a hard cap. It's really like flexible and manageable and movable with guaranteed money, delayed money, and things like that. So we'll see how much they're willing to spend in the next few days. Maybe they go out there and make a surprise move that nobody was expecting. I think as of right now, though, I'm pretty much tampering my expectations wholeheartedly. For the time being, I think it's going to be a while before we see another move. But hey, I could be wrong. But that's going to do it for our Patriots talk. And let's get into the big debate for the week. So last week's, I'm going to tell you in a second, Sarah, so don't worry about it.
I'm impatient.
So last week, Sarah brought the topic. We did the boyfriend debate. This week, we're going to bring it back to sports. It's my turn.
Can I say something?
Yes.
No, Josh, we're not going to talk about the boyfriend debate anymore.
Beat your ass.
Yeah.
It doesn't help when my cousins are voting against me, okay?
Well, they're trying to tell you something there, bud.
Yeah, my brothers voted against me too. Like, it's not helping.
Real quick, before we get to the question, if there's any hot singles ladies out there, hi, my name is Josh. I'm 6'3". I'm kidding.
But yeah, so the big debate this week, and I think
he's got his height, and that's it.
I think Sarah's going to be I think you're going to be fiery about this one. So the wording of it can be changed a little bit. But the way I have it written right now is, should Patriots fans be upset with Tom Brady after the reports that he was unwilling to trade Max Crosby to the New England Patriots? So right now I have it, should they be upset, or should the Patriots have the right to be upset with Tom Brady? I think is a better question. Like a better debate. Like, should
I like what you had.
So I said two things.
I don't remember. I don't care, but I know what I want to say.
Okay, so I figured you'd be passionate about this. So we'll go with, should the Patriots fans have the right to be upset with Tom Brady after the no dog in the fight comments and the report that he didn't want to trade Max Crosby to the Patriots?
He's such a piece of shit.
That's why I figured Sarah was going to go with this.
I'm sorry. Sorry, that just made me really mad. He First of all, the Super Bowl, I have no dog in this fight. Really? The 20-year dynasty? Really?
And it was really telling that like all of his former teammates were like, "You have a dog in this fight, Tom."
Exactly. Vince
I
Wilfork,
think that was very telling.
even Edelman and Gronk were there, like supporting the Patriots. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't care if your little ego got hurt when if anything, the Patriots have done nothing but inflate your ego since you left and paint you as this god that like gifted us these insane Super Bowl wins, which yeah, great. You play like when he was on our team, I loved like he wasn't my favorite, but I liked him. And he won a lot of games for us, so thanks. But like it's time for Patriots fans to wake up. Wake up, smell the roses. He's not a good guy. It's like being in a toxic relationship. You're like, "Oh, but I love him." But he beats the shit out of you. "Oh, but
My God.
I love him." No, but he still hurts you every other week. Like, wake up. Time to leave the relationship. Time to meet. Let's like take down the statue, people.
So I've actually seen that going around. Is people want to take? Some people are like, "Hey,
I'll
that statue might not be up very long."
We're gonna see Sara pull up with an excavator to Gillette Stadium and be like, "I'm tearing it down myself, bitches."
She's
Okay.
not a full Oklahoma drill with it, Sarah.
I'm gonna be there Saturday. So
That statue's not making it to Sunday.
but like seriously, it's
This just in from the Duckboat Dispatch: the Tom Brady statue has gone missing.
Hey, and you know what we say about that, Josh? Any and all actions of Sara Pedufley do not reflect onto her other two co-hosts, Tom Christofuli and Josh Braxton. They are fully her own thoughts and opinions and actions.
Anything Sara does or do during this podcast does not reflect the other two hosts, that being Josh Bracken and Tom Christofuli. Any thoughts, sayings, or actions are completely on her own independence and her own conscience. Tom and Josh do not condone anything she says and do not influence anything that she does.
Sarah, don't bring down the Tom Brady statue on Saturday. Don't do it.
Definitely do not do it.
Don't do it. Don't
Don't
steal
do
it.
Zach's gonna be waiting
Don't tear it down.
not to let me. Can Mac pee on it?
I don't know if that's allowed. Isn't there like a rope around it still? I haven't been there.
I haven't been there.
Last time I was there. There was nothing around it. I wouldn't.
I
Right.
haven't been there since the reveal.
Like, that's where I figured you were going to go with that, Sarah. But I think it's a good conversation because I've seen people torn on it.
What pisses me off is that people need to like seriously. It's in the past. Like he's not our quarterback anymore, and then every single person that has their head shoved up Tom Brady's ass is now hating on Drake May right after the Super Bowl. Like I'm sorry, there's not going to be another carbon copy of Tom Brady. Like it's just
Well, he's
not.
actually going to clone himself.
He probably has.
Well, he cloned his dog.
I know. I mean, I can't judge him. I would too. I really would. I
Fair.
really would. I don't know.
So no, that's where I figured you would go. Josh, do you have how do you feel about this? Because I see every side of the argument on this one.
I
I
do
see one
because
side and that's it.
We knew
Obviously,
Sarah would see one side.
the first side is calling Tom Brady a little petty bitch, and then the second side is, you can't really say much considering the man brought you 6 Super Bowls. I think I'm actually
He's a little petty bitch.
I'm gonna say he's kind of being a little petty bitch right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna kind of side with Sarah with this because even this is me kind of picking apart myself. Even if this is just me talking about myself. Even if I love you, I still make fun of you. Like Tom knows this. Tom knows this.
I picked up on that. It's hilarious.
Tom knows this all too well. I love Tom ever since the day I've met him. But God, do I make fun of Tom all the time. I wish nothing best for Tom, but God, I love making fun of Tom.
That's the best type of relationship, though.
So like with Tom, it's kind of like the same thing with Tom Brady. I love Tom Brady. I can't complain about Tom Brady. Tom Brady's a good, cool dude. He brought great things to this city.
Did he?
But again, you have to look at that was in the past. This is the now. I will never forget about what happened.
It's like
But
getting your first love.
I'm also being very present in the moment, and in the moment, he is being a very petty little bitch right now. So I am gonna call him out for it.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate here
No.
because hey, the segment's called the big debate. It's not much of a debate if we're all on one side here. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate because
Can I say one thing before?
yeah, go for it.
I meant to say it earlier. I just got carried away. I feel like Tom Brady is like fearful I think he does not want the Patriots to ever succeed again.
You think it has to do with Kraft?
I think the reason he came like kind of back to us like probably like a year or two after he retired was because we were playing like absolute shit. And he saw that, he knew that. So I genuinely think he wants to be the only great success the Patriots will ever have. And so again, the ego thing, I think that is what's building his ego. And I think that's why he went to the Raiders. They're kind of a bad team. They are a bad team. But like I think he's trying to like use his Tom Brady magic and help them succeed while simultaneously keeping us down.
I don't know if it's necessarily the success aspect of it from, the players and him not being on the team. I honestly think he doesn't want to see Kraft succeed.
Yeah, just
I think it has to do with that.
Organization and
I think the front office and the organization he doesn't really necessarily want to see succeed because of that, toxic love triangle that was Kraft, Belichick, and Tom Brady. I think he's holding a grudge on that whole
if I ever meet this man,
start to finish situation where
he will not be happy.
yeah, I think he's holding a grudge on that whole love triangle, and I think that's kind of the root of that. He won't root for the Patriots or won't have a dog in this fight.
I think
the part where you're talking about his ego. I think he definitely is worried about like his legacy as a Patriot. I think that's like part of it where he's like, hey, if they never win, like I look better, which is fair. Like that objectively is true. Like if the Patriots never win again, Tom Brady's legacy here in New England rises as, an all-time great. It's pretty much it's like when the Red Sox didn't win for like 84 some odd years after they traded Babe Ruth. Like that legacy only grew larger and larger until somebody actually won. So like the drought would make you appreciate what you had in Brady more, and it would make you turn against Bill more and pushing Brady out the door before Brady wanted to leave. Like that argument perfectly sound. Like fully understand where Brady's coming from with that one. Like hey, it would be kind of sucky if 6 years after I'm gone they have another dynasty. Like that, like he wants to protect his legacy in that sense. And yeah, we don't care because we're fans. You want to win every single game.
Yeah,
so like Tom Brady isn't a Patriot fan, and he really isn't even a New Englander, Sarah. Like at the end of the day, like in the offseason,
California.
He's from Cali. Like he's a Cali guy. He wouldn't spend his off seasons there. He
just
doesn't have I don't even know if he has residency in Massachusetts anymore. Like he is not a New Englander, and he never has been.
And he left. He sold everything. Like there's no. And his wife. He got rid of his wife too.
Well, his wife got rid of him.
I'm not Giselle now.
I'm not going that far yet. But unlike the other side of the coin, to play devil's advocate here, he's not a Patriot player anymore. He's not affiliated with the Patriots in any actual aspect. He is a part owner of the Raiders. Why does he need okay, if he doesn't want to give Max Crosby to the Patriots, and I highly doubt the Patriots gave up the draft capital that the Ravens gave up to get Max Crosby. Okay, he doesn't need to do the Patriots any favors.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not.
It's not his job as the Raiders' partial owner to have. And I don't know. Who even knows how much say Tom Brady really has?
One of the best edge rushers in the league is trying to run away from the great Tom Brady. What is that?
We're running away from the disaster that is Las Vegas.
So I kind of
it's Tom Brady.
I'm finding a middle ground between the two of you right now. I'm still kind of on he's a petty little bitch right now, but I think with
100% on that.
I think with Tom, I agree with you that he doesn't have to necessarily. He's not obligated to trade Max Crosby.
What more does he owe us? He's not with the Patriots anymore. Yeah. Like when he was here, he gave us everything. That's what he's supposed to do. When he's not here, what more is he supposed to give us? I guess.
Here's where I'm drawing the line. So I do agree with you on the fact that he's not obligated to make an actual move with the Patriots. He's not obligated to trade Max Crosby to the Patriots. If he doesn't want to trade them to the Patriots, he doesn't have to. But my argument is you need to separate the organization from the fans. If the organization is your problem, keep it the organization. If you have a problem with Belichick and Kraft and everyone else who was there, you keep it there and you don't have to talk to them from an organization standpoint. But when it comes to your ex-players and especially your fans, who your fans have been by your side ever since you've entered the league, you do owe them something, considering that they still give you this absolute what's the word I'm thinking of?
Like
Unconditional love for you, 24/7. Tom, you and I were at the statue revealing.
we're more people
Every
statue than the game.
everyone
Given
was
it was preseason game one.
yeah, it was a preseason game, but we were at the
Who cares about
revealing,
that game?
and everyone was cheering for Brady, saying thank you, Brady. Cheering him on, having him, giving him all the praise.
Yeah.
And so
We always have.
you have to separate the fans from the organization if you're going to look at it from this standpoint. So if you want to look at Tom Brady from a manager perspective, he is not obligated to do anything with the Patriots organization. But to say you don't have a dog in the fight
That's
when
fine.
literally it's the Seahawks versus the Patriots, you have nothing to do with this game. You're not even on the call on this game. You're not even on the call. To not even just say anything, to not even give like a little root for the Patriots, to kind of like be on the side with your fans that have been by your side ever since you joined back in the early 2000s, I think that is a little petty bitch move from him.
The fans, the New England Patriots fans, and I'm saying this because I am a diehard New England Patriots fan, we have been blowing smoke up this man's ass for almost 30 years.
Nice.
Like, I don't know what more he wants from us. It's going to get to the point where we're going to wake up. We're going to realize. I realized the second he left. The second he said he did that stupid Hulu commercial, I remember it's ingrained in me because that was like my first real heartbreak. The day he left, the stupid Hulu commercial, it was like, but me, I'm not going anywhere. And everyone was all worried because he was a free agent at the end of the season. We were all scared that he was going to leave. During that commercial, I felt like 20 pounds was lifted off my shoulder because I was like, that was his little like Taylor Swift like Easter egg. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay with you guys. And then on St. Patrick's Day, literally Boston's holiday, he goes and signs with the Bucks. And then when he retires, 10 pictures of him in Buccaneers uniforms, thanking every person from that organization, every single one of his teammates, Bill Belichick, Mr. Kraft, Edelman, Amendola, Gronk, they got nothing. And yet, Gronk, Edelman, Amendola,
They've all called him out.
No, I'm saying like when he retired, they all posted for him congratulating on his amazing career. Yet he did nothing, absolutely nothing for them. So it seems to me that Tom Brady's a selfish person. He just wants anything that's going to benefit him and get him further in life.
You have to separate the organization from the players and the fans.
Exactly. And he can't. He can't do it because he's immature.
So, yeah.
How is he? But like, if he doesn't want to help the Patriots succeed, how is he able to do that without like pissing off New England fans? Like, there's literally no way he can do that. And again, this is just one report, and I don't even think the Patriots really added on Max Crosby.
In a way, you're going to piss off fans if you're Tom Brady because you are a owner of another team. And that part is on the fans.
That's not his fault. The Kraft could have offered him ownership. They sold a stake of the ownership like a year after Brady bought a portion of the Raiders.
And I agree with you on that case. And that's where it now lies on the fans to be pissed off at Tom Brady or not. If you want to be pissed off at Tom Brady for not trading Max Crosby to the Raiders, that is on you. That's not on Tom Brady. There is no rule saying that Tom Brady has to give Max Crosby to the New England Patriots. If you are that pissed off that he did not give you Max Crosby, that is on you for having high expectations for the Patriots to go out and get Max Crosby and having high expectations that Tom Brady would just give his entire roster up to his old team.
To also, like, make the most aggressive offer then if you really want Max Crosby. And again, I don't think they were ever that in on Max Crosby. They shouldn't have given up that much draft capital. They're not in a position where they're not in the position where they should be giving up 2 first-round picks for anybody at this point.
I wasn't ready to give up 2 firsts for Max Crosby. I think that was too much.
I also don't really think Crosby would have been a great fit for the team.
I think it would go right here.
Oh, it would be.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I just think that also there were like rumors going around during the Super Bowl that him and Vrabel weren't always on the best of terms.
I mean, Vrabel was Vrabel was an ass talker at practice. Like that was him. Like that's his personality. Like he's gonna chirp you.
It's fine. But
I don't think Vrabel's I don't think he's looking at it like, ooh, I'm not giving Mike Vrabel a good player. Like, I think it's really just like, hey, I feel done dirty by the Crafts.
I think, well, he needs to get over it because he has not been done dirty by the Crafts.
I don't think he is either, but he be a part owner of the Patriots? He should be.
No.
He should. If the Crafts are going to sell ownership, they should have sold it to Brady, and they could have gotten a good price for it.
They could have offered him something.
They should have offered him something.
But they didn't. That's the thing.
They didn't.
They didn't offer
Know
him.
that for a fact.
Yes, they did not offer. Tom Brady bought a stake in the Raiders ownership, and then a year later, the Crafts sold like a portion of the ownership, a portion of the team to somebody else.
Portion of the team.
You have like $1 billion laying around.
Do you have the money to pay for half the Patriots organization?
If I had that money, I'd have a Louis Vuitton bag. So answer that yourself.
Like, I guarantee you, if the Crafts said to Brady and I, like, hey Tom, we're gonna offer you the same percentage of the owners of the team that you want from the Raiders for the same exact price, Brady would be here in a heartbeat. I guarantee you. You think he'd rather be an owner of the Raiders or a part owner of the Raiders or the Patriots?
Yeah.
This for me, I'm not mad. I don't dislike him because of this Max Crosby thing.
This is just like another knot in the belt.
It's just another thing that's like just the cherry on top. It's like, you're not in high school, dude. You're in he's almost in his 50s.
Here's a question, Sarah.
What?
Tom Brady's in front of you. You can say one thing to him. Only one thing. What are you saying to him?
Thank you.
You're pathetic.
I'm saying thank you. I'm still thanking him for 6 Super Bowls.
So if I could say a sentence to him, I would say, grow up and thank you.
I would just thank, like, at the end of the day, he still was a large portion of bringing us 6 Super Bowls. I'm not ready to turn on Tom Brady yet. I'm still holding out hope.
Fans need to smell the roses.
I'm not there. I'm not there yet.
Neither am I.
Since you left.
I'm not fully there yet, but if I were to meet Tom Brady in person, I would probably, to his face, I'd probably be like what Tom said. I'd be like, thank you, shake his hand, whatever. But then as I'm walking away, I'd be like some like Mean Girls and be like, bitch.
I think that's where we should end it. It's a perfect way to end it right there. Duckboat Dispatch, episode number 42 in the books, day 2 of the NFL legal tampering period, coming to a close in a few hours. We are 4 days, 8 ATR after Tatum return. Tatum plays the Spurs tonight. It's going to be a potential finals preview. Should be a good one. Inching closer and closer. At the end of the month, we're going to have, real actual baseball. None of this spring training, none of this World Baseball Classic. And again, if Roman Anthony's going to be hitting the way he's hitting the WBC, we should be in for a good season with the pitching rotation we have and just Anthony hitting nukes. Marcelo Meyer's been a bit of a question mark. I think we'll try to get Chuck on at some point before opening day to kind of break down what's going on there. From the 38 and counting pod. See what's going
Chuck's
on there.
last name?
The Rossi.
There you go.
Bang. That's going to do it. Make sure you subscribe on the YouTube channel at the Duckboat Dispatch. Like, comment, share with a friend. Go to and follow us on our Instagram and TikTok at the Duckboat Dispatch. And if you want a more audio version of the podcast, we're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts. If you're struggling to find it, it's a pain to find an app on Spotify for some reason. Just go to the link tree in the Instagram bio that Sarah has set up wonderfully. It'll bring you right where you need to go for all of your Duckboat Dispatch content. We'll be back next week as we get 1 week closer to baseball season. And who knows, maybe A.J. Brown's a Patriot. Maybe we can hold that hope out. I don't think he will be. But if he is, we'll have you covered with all the latest Boston sports news.